So the last one closed in 1996.
Wow.
1996. And just for reference, the last time Canada won the Stanley Cup was in 1993. So we're even though we're kind of known for hockey, these things aren't like a dark part of Canadian past. This is incredibly recent.
Calling from the 778 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey everybody, this is Lance. I'm calling from Vancouver. You might know me from the Serfs.
Hey, it's the Serfs guy.
What's up,
Hello,
Lance?
Lance.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to hear all of you. I mean, you might also know me as the president and founder of the second largest Facebook unauthorized Sam Seder body pillow outlet, and we're quite proud of our growth over the last year or so.
You guys have grown leaps and bounds, almost overtaking the first unofficial page of My Pillow. Yeah.
We're getting there. We're also launching a new program where we're trying to get Sam Seder body pillows into inner city youth. So if you want to donate a little bit, you can go to savealifewithsam.com, where we get the poorest people in the country a Sam Seder body pillow to help brighten their day.
What is that again? Savealifewithsam.com?
Yeah, Save a Life with Sam. You too could make a difference. That's what we're all about.
Weird.
But anyways, that whole opening is probably going to seem morose compared to what I did want to call in and talk to you about. I heard someone called in the other day to talk to you about the residential school systems in Canada. And I was wondering if I could maybe clear the air on that scenario, because it's something that I've been reporting on quite a bit for the last little bit.
Yeah, please do. Just reiterate to people what was discovered the other day, just to catch people up.
So there was a satellite imagery of one of the schools in Kamloops, British Columbia, that showed that there was about 215 dead children buried underneath the school. So Canada's residential school system, which was basically a project by both the Catholic Church and the federal government of Canada to, quote, remove the Indian from within to Indigenous children in this country, where they were literally taken from their parents' arms, snatched, and thrown into these schools where they were systemically beaten and raped and tortured. It's probably one of maybe the darkest part of the foundation of this country. So by finding those 215 kids buried underneath one of the schools, it effectively started this national campaign of outrage that luckily got worldwide attention, because that's one of 139 schools across the country. So, there's 138 other schools, probably with hundreds and hundreds of children buried beneath them across Canada.
What was the era? I know it spanned a long time, but what was the specific era in which these schools operated? From when to when, essentially?
So the last one closed in 1996.
Wow.
1996. And just for reference, the last time Canada won the Stanley Cup was in 1993. So we're even though we're kind of known for hockey, these things aren't like a dark part of Canadian past. This is incredibly recent.
And when did they first start? Was it mid 20th century or earlier?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one started, I believe, in like 1889, around there, when John A. Macdonald, the first prime minister and genocidal maniac of Canada, started the program. And they really increased in the 60s in what was known as the 60s scoop, where the federal government effectively took them over and dramatically increased the amount of children that had to be forcibly enrolled in these programs.
And so what seems to be happening in retrospect? Is there a movement to return native lands to Indigenous folks? I mean, where does it go from here?
Yeah, so I'm sure you've heard of the land back movement. I think, unfortunately, in leftist circles, it really gets conflated with some kind of ethno-nationalist idea, where it's like, go back to Europe, you colonizers or something. It actually has nothing to do with that. There was a number of treaties signed between Indigenous communities and the Canadian government that promised them autonomy and to have sovereign control over their own nation states. And those treaties were never honored by, obviously, the people on the other end who'd been signing them. And in exchange, there would be obviously, a free passage of goods and services and safety and stuff like that, and helping with the fur trade. So the modern version of the movement is basically, a lot of it is taking place in the courts, in the Supreme Court of Canada, to try and battle to win back autonomy over the land that was originally promised to them. And it's working, which is the only piece of good news in the story, is that there is a very successful land back movement in this country. And it has nothing to do with them wanting to kick people out. I mean, the country is monstrous. I'm sure anyone who's looked at a globe can see that. It's a lot more about, please stop genociding us, because it is an ongoing problem, is the most important part of all this. Like, as of a couple of weeks ago, it was discovered that young Indigenous women, girls in BC, as young as 10, are getting IUDs forcibly inserted into them. In 2008 in Saskatchewan, there was a class action lawsuit by hundreds of Indigenous women who said they had forced sterilization at the hands of the provincial government. So it's not as if this is stopped, which is why it's of such concern.
Right. Where's a good resource that people can find more information about this, Lance? I mean, obviously the Serfs, you could watch your show, but where else?
Wow, I think that tops my shameless plugs that I've ever had. I would genuinely visit a lot of Indigenous content producers. There's a lot of independent ones who are actually starting to pop up as like Twitch streamers, like Lost You, for example, is really good. Or on YouTube, Twin Rabbits is making a lot of very good videos on these topics. But more than anything, if anyone wants to buy orange shirts, because that's kind of like the color from remembrance of the 215 kids who were just discovered, make sure you buy them from Indigenous retailers. That's the biggest thing, because there's a lot of people just popping up now trying to, sell as many products related to this as they can, which is kind of like capitalizing on the Holocaust in a lot of ways. So it's pretty weird. But if you want to get one, just Google. Make sure that the producers of it happen to be Indigenous, because then the money goes directly towards relief efforts and stuff like that.
Lance, appreciate the call.
Appreciate you having me. Have a wonderful day, all of you.
You too.
You too.
Bye, Lance.
Comrade Daniel, big ups to Lance from the Serfs. Thanks for covering this Majority Report family.
Hey, do you like movies? Do you like Serfs? Do you want movies and Serfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Serfs Cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account, because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks, why do older generations believe the things they believe? One of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our God, Xander Corvus, we shall build ornate temples in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, and the Tim Caucus, we aim to be the best court jesters your money can buy. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, Tofox, Jeff Lamb, Sint Forzi, we are your humble vassals, ready to till your land. To our Knights of the Round Table, Omni, Mr. Anderson, Riley and Anna, Ryan Craig, Multimondi, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophoja, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, The Great Houdini, Bo and Jenny, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramona Costa, Jay Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Yopi, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Constance Joyce Lacheris. We raise our glass of mead and we salute you.